What's up, guys? By now you've probably seen this image, this floating image of a camera. I just thought it'd be really cool maybe to just show you how I did it. It's actually not that hard. You just need a few items in Photoshop. There are a couple of ways you can make an item float. You can throw an item up in the air and then time it and get the image that way. But if you want a little more control in your shot, the best thing to do is to hang your item from somewhere and then get rid of the line that's in the image. And so just gonna walk you through how I did that. You just need a few items. In my case, I'm using a tripod and a broom. And then I have some shoestrings that I have, and then I have my object that I'm floating, which obviously in this case is my camera. You can find something around your house you can hang this from. My setup is a little janky because I want it to be near a window. I want there to be good lighting, and I have nowhere near my window that I could hang from. So I'm kind of creating this janky setup. It's gonna look a little hood rat, but we're gonna make it happen. I think actually the hardest part of this is just gonna make sure nothing breaks and my camera doesn't fall and crashes to the ground. So you gotta make sure these knots are secure. Maybe when you're doing it the first time, maybe don't use an object that you don't want to break. Do not take responsibility for any broken items that are being attempted to be floated. It's on you. Let's just get into it, shall we? All right, so I'm actually gonna use this tripod. This tripod has kind of hole through it. I'm basically gonna stick this through. So, all right. So, oh gosh, I said this would be janky. I hate this tripod. Next, we're gonna mount up our strings here. Okay, got one in right there. So I guess if this like falls and breaks, like I have a reason to get a new camera. So hey, maybe that's the silver lining here. The camera has some heft to it. The things you do for the shot. The things we do for the gram. Tie this last one off here. All right, moment of truth. Hey, it's doing the thing. All I'm gonna do is position it in a way where how I want the shot. I'm gonna kind of mess around with that and see what I get. So I think I'm liking something like this. I just kind of want it against a kind of a solid background. Kind of keep it clean. I think we got the right idea here. So I think what would be really dope is like to maybe have my hand underneath. I'm gonna use this camera here to take the shot. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. As long as nothing breaks today, I'm gonna be happy. Like that's all I care about. I think we got the shots we need. I think that's a wrap. I think I'm gonna use this one. And basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna edit it and then we're gonna throw it into Photoshop, and that's when the magic starts. Like if a random person just walked in here and saw this, it's pretty weird. But the result will not be weird. The result will be like pretty dope. And yeah, let's basically get rid of these shoestrings. So basically you're gonna go over to the left-hand side and there's this Band-Aid looking tool. It's called the Spot Healing Brush tool. And yeah, this is basically where the magic happens. You can adjust the size of the brush by decreasing it with the left bracket or increase it with the right bracket. So we're just gonna get in here and adjust it, and basically you just highlight over the part you want to get rid of, which in this case shoestrings, and then bam! We're just gonna go through this piece by piece. All right, so as you can see, just going little by little. If you do too much, Photoshop kind of spazzes out and it may not understand what it is you're trying to get rid of. I know it seems pretty obvious in this case, but that's why I kind of go a little section by section here. So see, like in that case, it's like it doesn't know what you want it to do. So there it is. I think there's a little tiny bit there. And maybe decrease this a little bit. Get rid of that.
get rid of that. Okay, so not bad. It's looking pretty good. Got to clean up a little bit. Seeing this portion here on the right, I'm gonna attack that. And if I just kind of zoom in here, I can just get in and try to get rid of this last bit. I'm gonna reduce my brush tool here, and yeah, we're just gonna get rid of that. That's looking pretty good, I would say. Just maybe get rid of the top layer here, the pixels. I think that's pretty solid. So if we come back out, look at that, awesome. Okay, more of the challenge though is gonna be on this side, on the left side, because we gotta kind of deal with this knot, which again, you wanna go segment by segment. Kind of clean this up here. It might leave some artifacts, like right in here, so you may need to clean that up a little bit. So I'm not gonna lie to you, this knot section is probably gonna be a bit of a challenge, so I'm not gonna necessarily try to go in here and just try to get rid of all of this. I think the actual the loopy plastic loop piece here kind of blends in with the black shoestring, so I may be good to leave pretty much this portion in, but I'm gonna try to get rid of this top part that's kind of sticking out, and I think we should be pretty good till that point. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get as much of this as I can. Right, so I think I'm just gonna try to take off just like this layer here, and I think I'm gonna call it there. So what we can do is to maybe make it a little, to blend it maybe a little bit, we can go over and we can grab the blur tool. I'm gonna set it here, yep, to like 50%. And we're just gonna come in here and just kind of soften up these edges. It's pretty subtle, and then even where the knot is, we can kind of go over it and kind of like remove those kind of lines that make it seem like there's a knot right in there. I think that looks pretty good, but definitely spend a lot more time trying to get in there and make it a bit more cleaner.
And you know what? I actually did spend a bit more time cleaning it up and working on it, because what was really bothering me was the knot that was on this right side through this right eyelet. You could still very much tell that there was a knot there, and so I had to spend a little more time, maybe about another 30 minutes to really clean it up. I really was hoping this tutorial would just be all about the Band-Aid tool and replacing things or getting rid of things with it, but I had to use two other tools to get the job done. I had to use the eyedropper tool, which basically allows you to sample a color from any portion of the photo, and then use the brush tool to take that color and paint over what I didn't want that was there. So in order to get that black of the shoestring out of that gap, I had to sample the wall color and then paint over it with the brush and to create that gap. So it wasn't too hard. It's a bit tedious because you can't go in there and just use crazy brush strokes. You have to really go into the pixel level and just click, 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 trying to clean up those pixels and to make it look clean. I think overall though, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. It's a lot better than what it was before with that knot. Still, all in all, not too hard to do. So yeah, that's all I got, and hopefully that was interesting, and yeah, peace.